Hi, I'm Laura Stover, Director of HR Advisory Services. Our topic today for our video is dress code compliance. A lot of workplaces have really started to become more casual, and the pandemic took this to a whole new level. With remote workers, you see things like sweatpants and hoodies, and even sometimes pajamas. So employers are just really struggling with how do we balance employee comfort with professionalism and also make sure we're in compliance with all the employment laws that cover dress code. Here are just a few things to consider as you take a look at your policy. First, your policy should be gender neutral. If you still have statements that say things like men can wear suits and women can wear skirts and dresses, it should definitely be updated. Just include a list of what's considered acceptable and unacceptable without regard to gender. This way, it will make sure your policy is not infringing on an employee's right to freely express their gender identity. Another consideration are reasonable accommodations. You should have a statement in your policy that says you will consider reasonable accommodations for things like sincerely held religious beliefs or for qualifying medical disabilities. An example of this would be possibly your dress code does not permit hats or headgear, but you may have an employee whose religion requires them to wear a headscarf. That may be a reasonable accommodation. Or maybe your policy does not permit any type of casual shoe like a sneaker or a sandal. If you have an employee who has a medical condition where their feet and ankles swell, they may need to wear a more casual type of shoe. And basically, reasonable accommodations do need to be provided unless you can prove it's an undue hardship to the company. Employers also usually have grooming standards in their dress code policies. And quite a few states and local jurisdictions have passed laws prohibiting discrimination based on hairstyles that are associated with race. So these are things like braids and twists and dreadlocks. Your policy should not prohibit any type of hairstyle that is based on racial characteristics. And what's most important in all these situations is that you're being flexible and having open conversations with employees about their specific situations. And lastly, I just want to mention, make sure your policy is clear on the expectations for virtual employees. Remote employees may feel that they have a more casual environment, and that may be the case, but make sure that you're clear based on your industry and the position, what the expectations are, and whether or not they're expected to follow the same dress code that someone who is working on site would have to follow. So take the time, review, update your policy, and then go ahead and train your managers so that they can lead by example and enforce the policy consistently and uniformly with all your employees. If you'd like a sample dress code, or if you just have some general questions on dress code policy, please contact us, and thank you for watching.